Case 1-13, 3131 Perkins Road. The specific proposed use is a restaurant serving alcohol. This property is located on the north side of Perkins Road, east of Ferndale Avenue, on a portion of Lot 12 and a portion of Lot 13-A, Square 27 of 100 Oaks Park Subdivision, Council District 12, Delgado. The land use category is Neighborhood Center. The present zoning is C1, Light Commercial. The requested zoning is CAB1, Commercial Alcohol Beverage 1. The applicant is Josh Priola. The proposed rezoning to CAB1, Commercial Alcohol Beverage 1 is consistent with the Comprehensive Land Use Plan. Therefore, the Planning Commission staff recommends to approve rezoning from C1 Light Commercial to CAB1 Commercial Alcohol Beverage 1.
Okay, is the applicant here? You're welcome to make comments if you'd like.
I'm Josh Priola, and our business is Street Breads, and this is our second shop that we're opening up. The original shop was in Lake Charles, Louisiana, over 2 years ago, and it was purposed from the beginning to be replicable. And the idea was to come to Baton Rouge, and so that's where we are now. And we're looking forward to that. We're excited about this piece of property, this neighborhood. It's exactly what we were looking for. We did not want to go into an overly commercialized area. We wanted somewhere that had a more personal, identifiable feel with the community, because we believe that the way that we do our business is not one where we're just selling sandwiches, but it's more important than that. I mean, I believe that the community, that the neighborhood, they're going to be excited about the sandwiches that we do sell. They're amazing. They're interesting. It's distinguishable. Some people have said that, like the Culinary Institute of America has said that there's no one doing what we're doing anywhere. And so we're really proud of that piece. And I think it's elegant and it's sophisticated, but it's also something that is accessible, and it's casual, and it's affordable. And so I believe that the community is going to love the food, but it's also about our people. It's our employees. We push the idea that every single person that works for us, they need to be about an education, that it's not just about making a sandwich, but we want to push them toward getting an education, whether it's culinary school or whether it's the college. They need to participate, and we find a way. This is very important to us. We find a way to attach them to what they're wanting as far as education goes. If they've not done so well in the past and now they're out of school, we find a way, which we've done with one of our employees who's going to be moving here, to put them in a continuing ed where they're taking courses online and then they fall into school during the fall. There's others that we're enrolling into culinary school, and we do whatever we can. We find it's kind of like career guidance, counseling, whatever you want to call it. We find, the financial aid. We give them our own support, and then we hope to be able to pay everybody a good wage. It's not just about paying one guy at our business all the money while he, runs all of these minimum wage people around, but what we try to do is we have a communal management aspect. So while everyone is getting a degree and acquiring this education, they're also learning things that have to do with running a business. After you've been with our business over 6 months, you've learned purchasing, you learn what it is in terms of hiring, inventory, handling the money, so on and so forth. So when they get through, even when they're out of college, they've learned what it means to be able to run a business. And so I think our people, they understand that this communal management, this effort that they have together in helping one another is the way that they understand that and the way they participate. It not only inspires us and each other, but I think it'll inspire the community when they see this kind of interaction. We're special as far as a sandwich shop, not just because of our food, but also because of our people. And we want to relate to the community. And I believe that we will. We will get out into the community. And there's some other programs that we'd like to implement in time. But this piece of property is very special to us. It has a lot of personality. Mr. Frank has Sagnabin, his family, been there since 1962. They've made a living there, but they've done more than just making a living. They've identified with that community. They have a position in that community. They've raised their family. They've raised up, I think, other people around them, and they're a good testament to that piece of property, that area, and we want to continue on and identify with that reputation. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public that would like to speak in support of this item?
Hello, I'm Frank Sagnabin, 2352 Ferndale Avenue, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70808. Just wanted to thank you for hearing our request. As Josh said, my family has, my father has operated a business in that building for 50 years. He's owned it for 37. It's more or less a legacy building for us. We spent a lot of time researching street breads, meeting the people. We went to Lake Charles and had lunch there. We just think it's going to be a great addition to the community. Josh and his family and his wife Melissa and their manager Paul are just going to be, you know, just a great addition to Baton Rouge as they are to Lake Charles. Again, thank you for hearing our request.
Thank you very much. Are there any other members of the public that would like to speak in support of this item? Are there any members of the public that would like to speak in opposition to this item? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Commission members, yes, Ms. Holliday.
I just removed it from the consent agenda because I like to hear the new restaurants or what's coming to town, street bread. Awesome. I appreciate your awesome presentation and sound very exciting. I'm sure I'll be visiting it. And I move to approve.
Right, there's a motion on the floor to approve. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Marion. Are there any objections? Question, Mr. Price.
What building will this be going in? Can you tell me what's there now?
There are two municipal addresses in a single building, 3129 Perkins Road and 3131 Perkins Road. 3129 has been occupied by Frank and Benny's Beauty Salon for 50 years. And the space that Street Breads is going into is currently vacant.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Mr. Pratt?
It's for the applicant. How many employees we have at this facility in Baton Rouge?
We should have initially between 15 to 18, 6 to 7 of which will be moving from Lake Charles to Baton Rouge. The others will be hired, over the next month.
Okay, and the mix of full-time and part-time?
Everyone is the most that we see, there's 3 to 4 that do somewhere between 38 and 40 hours a week, and the rest, range. So I would say for the most part, it's part-time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay, it's been moved and, I'm sorry, we don't have a motion. Yes, we did. We did have a motion. It's been moved in second to approve. Are there any objections to that motion? Okay, seeing none, that item has been approved. Thank you.
The point is that we do good things. I mean, it's not just the sandwiches. The food, it's amazing. It's spectacular. There's no way that you're going to find another experience ever where you eat that's like here. It's original. Every sandwich is something that it speaks something different than any other place that you'll ever go. So we're proud of that because of the originality. I mean, everything is so boring out there. I mean, pretty much you kind of know you're going to walk in, you're going to eat an incredible sandwich in this city. They have beautiful food, but you kind of know what your expectations are when you come in. And the experience when you leave, you can actually grade it because you've had so many more that were either sort of like it or a little better. But here, it's different, and that's the cool thing about it. There's nothing that you will eat or you will order or you will notice that is just common. We arrange the flavors in a different way, and we go to the trouble to do it, but it doesn't feel like trouble. It's actually kind of effortless because we love it. So the food is amazing, but we also do good things. Our employees, our crew is the real reason why we're opening. It's because they deserve it. I mean, they have contributed over the last 2 years, the 9 or so that have been with us since the beginning, and then the others that have come on, like as of the last 4 or 5 months even, they all contribute in a huge way. And so we owe it to them to expand this business, to build on what they're doing, and then to reinvest into them however we can, whether it's helping them pay for their education, whether it's, you know, one thing that we do here that's different than most places is we don't pay one guy all the money. We distribute it in a way that reflects their contribution, because the management style is communal. It's not one guy that's lording everything over everyone, right? These minimum wage employees. But the idea from the very beginning is mentorship. If you come in, you're going to mentor somebody else. You're going to make them better. You're going to make them as good, if not better, than yourself. And that's what we reward, and that's what we think is valuable. So our employees, from the get-go, they're involved in purchasing, they're involved in hiring, they're involved in scheduling, inventory. They're involved in production. There's nothing that they don't do. After 6 or 7 months, they know how to run our business. They handle the money. There's nothing. They review our financials. And the way we spend our money, whether it's advertising or whether it's raises or whether it's towards someone's education that, you know, we're helping them get enrolled in, they know. And we answer to them, and they answer to us, and we have to look at them in the face and say, this is what we're doing with your business that you're contributing toward, that you're making better. And so as we expand, you know, we grow from within. I mean, these guys, they're going to get an education because we require it. They're going to have management abilities. They're going to have leadership abilities, because if you work with us, that's what you have.